Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome to KwingsLetsPlays and the start of our newest live Let's Play on The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, brought to you by our friends over at Capcom. Now, we've looked at the original Ace Attorney trilogy that came out in 2019, so it's been quite some time, and we wanted to do the 3DS games and the mobile games, but it didn't pan out. And now, 2 years later, it's time to look at what many fans hail as some of the best Ace Attorney games, now in HD in one collection, containing the Great Ace Attorney Adventures 1 and 2, and I believe it's called Great Ace Attorney's Adventure 2 Resolve. But anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified. And thanks again, Capcom, for providing a copy of this game, as well as helping us do a giveaway. If you want to enter the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles giveaway, all you have to do, smash that like button, be a subscriber on KwingsLetsPlays, and tell us your favorite Capcom or Ace Attorney character in the comments section below. Ooh. You also have a much greater chance of being selected if you join our official website, KwingsLetsPlays.com, and sign up for our free newsletter.
Giveaway hype! And thank you, Capcom, again for providing this game. So excited.
Yep, it is time to start The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, Episode 1.
Awesome! And don't forget to join the giveaway! Like the details that Luke just said.
Yes. Oh, this is nice. Uh-oh. It appears someone has been murdered. Hey, he looks like Nick! The Avengers has been updated. Okay.
Yep. And we actually already have a question about the game.
Sure. The Great Departure. Episode 1.
The Great Adventure. The Great Departure. People are wondering, are we giving away a copy of whatever system, whatever game on whichever system they want a game on, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's whichever system you have, guys.
You can tell us what system you have in your comment that you leave.
Let us know what system you want the game for in your comment.
Yeah, but the live chat does not count.
Yeah,
so
do not put your giveaway entry in your live chat. Make sure you put your giveaway entry in the comments to this video after it is posted.
That's right. The 22nd of November, 8:43, Supreme Court of Judicature? Judicature, yeah. Defendants, chamber number 5.
Anti-chamber 5.
I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate?
Oh no.
He looks like Nick, so he's gonna sound like Nick.
That sounds good to me.
What? Oh, no, nothing. Save your glares, murderer.
What?
Sorry. My bad. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Yumi University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now, well, here I am, awaiting my trial.
Oh no.
That's enough. He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. I am Ryu. Huh? Who are you? I just said, Hadouken! I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes, and until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So you will hold your tongue. Technicalities. Look at you, you haven't even graduated yet. And yet, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. Right, Ryunosuke? Huh? Yes, of course. Sorry.
You have a ninja for a defendant?
Ryu.
Attorney?
What are you apologizing to me for? No, I suppose it wasn't my fault. But really, Kazumi, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days, my friend. Yumi University professor murdered in cold blood by a student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Oh, of course not! You have to believe me, I didn't do it at all! I could never murder someone! Then, there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high. You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. Oh no. Kazuma... Asogi, my best friend. Also in second year at Yumi University. But he's far more clever than I. A star student, in fact. He's got a star on his thing. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive, considering he's still a... It's not that impressive. Ah, he read my mind! The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old here in Japan, anyway. My qualifications don't mean much, yet... You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you. Oh, I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly! 3 days ago... yeah, that's when it all started, I guess. Congratulations, buddy! It looks like you're gonna get to study abroad at last! Huh, I know. I've been forever dreaming of this. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and success in court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world? I'm really happy for you, and proud as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know his name. He's a living legend, my buddy. It's like there's some mysterious aura blowing around his temple. That or it's his headband. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Then come with me. We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. If only it were that simple. Oh dear. Well, look at the time. I better get going. Alright, well, see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow. Later, partner.
So cute.
Well, he looks young, so I mean, you know, I figured. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. Asogi, may I have a word? Whoa! Hey, girl character!
Yay!
Ah, Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Well, this case has personal significance to me.
Lots of guy characters.
But never mind that for now, Asogi. You should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers. Why? He was looking for you before. You advocating for defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who's this guy? I feel as though I've seen him at the university before, but I can't place it. I see. I'll go at once then. Oh.
I shall accompany you.
Alright then, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. Wow, she's so polite. The opposite of Maya.
Hey, Maya's awesome!
This is awkward. If I may. Yes, sorry? You must be the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe, yes? Yes, that's right. My name is, Yujin Mikotoba. Probably. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yumi University. Ah, Professor M! I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma's studying abroad? Asogi has told me about you and him being best friends, I understand. Huh? Ah, as such I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you're no doubt heard, your friend has been granted permission to study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that the permission will be revoked and never granted again. What? Nani?
Oh no!
As I suspected, you were unaware of this. I had a feeling he may have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered. But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has chosen from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It is very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances, such as your brilliant friend. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it, I swear! I'm not a murderer! I'm sure that's true, nevertheless. I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task.
Nope.
You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial.
Nani?
Remember that word, kids! Sorry, what do you mean? You'll see soon enough, once proceedings get underway. Ah! But then, what should I do? Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest you do anything that could lead to a conviction, because I'm a terrible teacher. Right, so... as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do! I do? But what will the question be? Surely not, Do you accept the accusations brought before you? Of course not. Defendant!
Uh-oh.
Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once.
Uh-oh.
Well, it would seem our discussions are to be cut short.
Surreptitious?
I have no idea what that word is, so allow me to surmise. Your friend must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Or, of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? You want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving! There's no point in anyone advocating the likes of you anyway. Murderer! This is it. If this trial goes badly, my buddy's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead of me, I embarked on an unforgettable trial. Oh, he's telling it in the past tense.
So he's still alive.
My one and only chance of proving my innocence. The trial that would decide my destiny.
Whoa. I think his name is Kazuma.
Kazuma? Okay.
Yeah.
22nd of November, 9 a.m. Supreme Court of Japan, courtroom number 2.
If it's anything like Kazuya, it's like Kazuya, but it's Kazuma.
So this is a courtroom? Wow. It's kind of impressive. The Supreme Court of the Judicature... no, court in this land has more power. Just so you know. I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. Lots of military and other uniforms in there.
Oh, it's freaky.
The powers that have be demanded that this be a secret trial.
Whoa.
A secret trial? A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? It'll become clearer in time, but for now... You need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin.
cool. That guy looks so cool.
Super serious judge. The court will now hear the trials of Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency.
That guy looks familiar.
Yes, he does. As is the defense. Before we begin, this is one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normally, procedure is for defendants advocating to be decided 2 days prior to trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I'm obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial?
Uh-oh. It's gonna be your friend.
This is it! This must be the question! Who's gonna defend me? That's the question the professor meant, right? But then, if I say I do, I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Answer I do. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed.
Huh?
As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who will advocate... What? Excuse me? Your Highness?
Why are you doing that?
What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform the court that, I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself! You'll be... What?!
No! That's a horrible idea!
What are you playing at, Ryunosuke? Professor Mikitobi told me everything just now before the trial. He did what? He said your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if, you were to lose. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off? No! It's not that, really. It's just that, well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... Yes. I knew that's how you'd feel, which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defense's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial.
What?
Well. Does this accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel? Really?
Make no mistake, Consul. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent he's confident he can speak for himself.
What?
Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Yes, exactly that. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. I realize that you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered, my friend.
Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetuated a most heinous crime indeed.
As you're no doubt aware, this Supreme Court of the Judicature of Japan, accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, defendant Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken.
Uh-oh, you have to be competent.
My competence? What does that even mean?
Hmm.
He's questioning your ability to do the job, you idiot. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am right now. So, let's start with the very simplest of questions.
Uh-oh.
Yes!
You're in trouble.
Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case.
Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I'd care to remember. But,
Wait!
We'll get there.
I'm so nervous, I can't even remember that. What was it again? Ryunosuke. Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank. He knows me so well. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record.
Uh-oh.
But I can't even find that. It is simple. You can Access the court record with a press of the R1 button.
Oh.
If you ever find yourself you've forgotten something, just consult it. It's all in there. Just have to press R1 for the court record? All right. Well, no time to lose.
No time to lose. Let's do this.
This is a list of evidence you've collected. Now, try switching to people with R1. There you are. You'll find the details about the victim in here. When you're ready, press circle to go back.
Court record hype.
So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record.
Uh-oh.
Now, you better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim in the people section of the court record. Then press present. Try it now. Excuse me. The victim was none other than, Ochi. Then who's uptight, bespeckled top knot standing opposite of us, Ryunosuke?
Who's bespected top knot? What?
Sorry. For some reason that came out, even though it was wrong.
Perhaps you are unaware that I am the master of the ancient no-hostile sword art.
Uh-oh.
A pathetic little child like you would be sliced to pieces before you even came close to taking my life.
I wouldn't provoke that proud Edo spirit. He might draw his blade on you. I thought courtroom sparring was supposed to be done with words.
That guy just threatened to, like, slice you up with his
I
sword.
must say, you're not instilling the court with much confidence here, young man. Quickly, give him the correct answer before he turns this gavel on you. Find the victim in the people section of the court record, then press triangle. Do it now.
Well, it can't be that guy, so it has to be that guy.
The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Hey, that's an easy name.
Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university.
Dr. Wilson was visiting professor from England, invited to Yumi University 3 years ago. Indeed. Which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. And as you must... and as most of you will be aware, you have just signed a new treaty. We have signed a new treaty after a lengthy negotiation. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation, unless you weren't born in the 1800s.
I haven't heard of it.
And yet, those delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt in our soil. Crap!
Oh, no!
You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yumi University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor?
We didn't do it!
But I didn't do it! This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime, Ryunosuke.
Oh, wow.
So that's why this trial has these unusual precarialities? Is that it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible.
Oh, no.
All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes.
Oh.
Dr. Wilson was an Englishman.
You're in trouble.
But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference from me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime.
Nani?
Yep. Oh dear. Well, look at the time. I'd better get going, my friend. All right, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner.
See ya, Kazuya.
Kazuma.
Or Kazu...
Wow. Wow, the British Empire. It's incredible to think.
Kazuma.
Yeah. Wait a second.
Oh, there he is.
I've seen that man at a university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still, I should go and say hello.
He's got a great mustache.
So I went over to the professor's table. He does have a nice
And then
mustache.
you killed him.
And introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Hi there.
Oh,
Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Majesty. That's Excellency. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the record the cause of death. The cause of death? Well, obviously that was, he was shot! Ryunosuke, remember that in the court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. By evidence? But how? Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select present. Do it now! It was proof that I am a student!
the pin.
The evidence that clearly shows the victim's cause of death is, of course, this! And on what basis do you present this evidence? Because it was in the court record, of course, sir! Slow down. Why did you pick that? Isn't there something more relevant looking? Well, now that you say that, I suppose pick the wrong piece of evidence again, and it won't be a mystery as to your cause of death. Yikes! He sounds and looks deadly serious with his headband blowing in the wind.
Yep.
Where's this wind coming from? Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select it now. Hajime!
Oh.
Okay. According to these documents, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death gunshot trauma.
Learn to read, you imbecile. The post-mortem report, I take it?
Yep, sorry. Yep, that's right. That's a post-mortem report. That's it. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy, Ryunosuke. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later.
This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powdered explosion. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Consul. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. The photograph print... actually, you got that.
A photographic print that shows the victim. He was shot from the front to the chest and subsequently died.
Oh, no.
A photographic print of the victim has been entered into the court record.
So, that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Very well. I'm satisfied with your answer so far. Let us start the trial.
Oh, no.
Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, in order to better appraise the court with the facts of this case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness. Who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened?
Oh, no. Gas.
Oh, this is it then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. M? Yes. Clearly you are the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant.
Oh, thank goodness.
Of course! When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Ugi Asagi must be the defense lawyer in this trial. Ha ha ha. Terrible impression, my friend. He really has been sticking his oar in it, hasn't he? I don't know what that means, but yes, any help you can give would probably be greatly appreciated, buddy. Well, my first piece of advice is, rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control those cold sweats. Only if I could rein in that crazy head... If you could only raise in that, crazy headband and control the cold stares first!
His cold stares are freaking me out.
He's Ryu. Oh my gosh, give me a break.
Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please.
Of course. My name is, Satoru Kusanaga, I think. I am the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called Le Carnaval. I think. Carnaval?
Carnival.
Carnival! I
you
don't
go.
speak French. Ah!
Oh,
He's bleeding! What? Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some, wipe? I'm sorry, what? It's a regular occurrence. It, really doesn't bother me at all. Well, it really should.
As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It became a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants. An, what? Oceantal? Eatery?
Occidental eatery.
What? Never heard of it!
It sounds like accidental, but it's Occidental.
Occidental eatery, 3 days ago, words.
I think that guy's name is Ouchie, like Ouchie.
Ouchie? Okay. Understood, Kusanaga-san. You will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. Do it now. Very well, at once, sir.
And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please.
Oh, perspiring? Maybe, but inspiring. It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have a few diners at the time of day. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in my memory of it, too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. Excuse me, I'm bleeding my own blood. Where was I? It was then I was in the kitchen putting away a crockery and cutlery.
Is that guy okay?
Probably not, no. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried to the dining hall to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student. Hold on! Let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up the gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him!
Objection!
I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections!
Oh.
The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur.
But, the next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, defendant Naruhodo. Don't worry, Ryunosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness.
If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see in court today?
My gosh. Yes, without a question, sir.
I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim?
What is going on with his blood?
No. There was no one else around the table but the deceased Englishman and the university student.
Hosonaga.
Hosonaga? Okay.
The other guy is Kazuma.
Huh? Wait, what?
Even though I called him Kazuya.
What did he just say?
Nani?
There was no one else around that table. What's the matter, Ryunosuke? That's not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hi, well... Oh, thank God.
Oh, there was somebody there.
There's a woman in this! Yay! There was a woman sitting opposite him at this table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed? I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do?
Interject! Objection!
Yes, just a moment, please, sirs. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it.
Yeah,
There was a lady sitting with him at the same table.
That's right! Objection!
What are you getting on about? Dear me, dear me. What are we going to do with you, boy? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all?
But I'm sure what I saw.
Hosonaga-san.
Hosonaga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of the events is hazy? No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone.
Lies!
I don't believe it.
You liar.
Excuse me, I'm just bleeding my own blood. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Perhaps, have a look if you would like. That's a terrible drawing. Let me see. A sketch of the establishment's layout, drawn by yourself, I presume. That is right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation, you see. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Well, you're clearly very, conscientious waiter? Yes, quite. Thank you, sir. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well, is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. Well, what was that about, Ryunosuke? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Something certainly seems to have shaken him. The waiter's business card has been added to the court record.
The waiter is lying! I know it! Hosonaga-san is lying.
So, the court has now heard a perkiss of the case?
Process? I don't know.
Yes, words. At the moment of the gunshot was heard in the restaurant. The only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today.
Lies!
It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Defendant Naruhodo! Yes, your majesty! That's excellency! If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you.
What? Why would they? He said you were going to admit to killing the person.
In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to this court. But I must warn the defense. If you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial, the prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime.
What do you think I should do, buddy?
Kazuma.
My name is Ryu. What do you mean? Well, I'm gonna be found guilty, one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Everyone keeps telling me that this trial's unusual about these, peculiarities, and, well, you've said it. Professor M said, so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? What?
Huh?
If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocent by whatever means necessary. You are just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke.
Oh!
The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency.
What?
We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see how decisive this evidence really is. Goodbye, voice.
Yeah, that one guy's name is Aouchi, I think.
Okay. Indeed. Prosecution Aouchi, please continue with proceedings.
Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. The prosecution calls its next witness.
Very well. Officer, bring forth the witness at once.
What witness?
I have no idea. No!
More guy characters.
More guy characters!
I'll be the old guy then.
Okay.
Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court.
Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Army Imperial Sergeant yes, sir. No, sir. Reporting for duty, sir. I don't know.
Myself, I find, employ as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the efflorescence of our nation, Nippon.
Speak up, you imbecile.
Nippon!
Thank you.
And conduct my trade from rusty, humble premise in the 2nd District, Curio.
What are you babbling about?
Curio Correcuta at your service!
Ah, the antique dealer and a soldier? What an unusual pairing.
Both these gentlemen were present at the restaurant of the day in question.
They must be diners at the other table, that the waiter mentioned. Well, that would be common sense, wouldn't it, Ryu?
Myself, I habitually take tea at the most exquisite aroma at this establishment in question. Always post-noon, you know.
What are you babbling about?
I like tea, and not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios with which I make my business.
I can't understand a word that old man is saying.
Neither can I.
I gather he's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at the restaurant. At least I think that's what he said. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. Probably. He obviously targets the restaurant because it's high class. Very rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer.
Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of the most atrocious incident, correct? That is correct, right?
Affirmative! Oh, great. I don't know what he... Affirmative, sir. The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir.
There you go.
There we go.
I was gonna say or guile.
He looks like John Cleese.
There you go.
He does.
Make him John.
It was that black, uniformed rogue infiltrated gentleman over there. Unloaded his firearm, sir. This man's as impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So, this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. Very well. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes! Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Now, the court will hear the formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment the incident occurred. Very well, sir. I'm standing by, ready to report.
Unsavory memories of the most acerbic afternoon.
Also, ladies and gentlemen watching, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the video out tremendously. Share it with your friends.
Don't forget our newsletter.
Yes, newsletter, KwingsLetsPlays.com. Witness testimony. What the witness saw. Actually, Amber, please.
What the witnesses saw.
Thank you, court record.
What the witnesses saw.
I was ingesting a regular beefsteak at the restaurant while having a technical discussion with the old man. Him.
Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman here.
Yes, quite.
At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniform, varsity-clad cadet fired on the English civilian from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
Well, I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio.
What?
I don't know.
Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment? You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim.
Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. The cruel and unforgivable enemy.
What times we are living in, when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day.
But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anybody. Is that really true, Ryunosuke?
What?
Yes! All I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor!
Why did you do that?
After I said hello to the doctor, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Wouldn't it be tea? Then, when I finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant, when I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. Uh-oh. The thought perhaps that the professor had dropped it, and well, I bent down, and just as I was picking it up... Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
That looks like pretty cut and dry case there. Well, if that's true, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere.
Dun dun dun.
And somewhere in those two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who the criminal really was. Ba-ba-bum.
Eh? Oh.
There is? Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses.
Cross what? Do it now!
He's got a sword.
As you have heard,
Your Excellency, it's the Meiji period, so people still carried swords. Usually, only higher rank officials, though.
there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty.
Hence why the prosecution and the defense are both carrying swords, as well as police officers.
The guy's name was Pain last time, now it's Ouchie.
Now it's Ouchie, yeah.
It's time to bring this despicable student to justice!
No laughing in my courtroom. Certainly, the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Probably. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this... Excuse me? What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? I, mean the defense demands its right to cross-examine.
Dear me, dear me. Let me guess. The Hamachiki headband boy next door told him to do it. How pathetic.
Huh. How did he know?
The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of everyone's time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination?
The defense is asserting its right to cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. Wow, he is so commanding.
Yeah, he is.
Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. All right, this is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke. But, I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means that soldier said he has to be a lie. Well, yes, but, it's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing so is the evidence. Right, evidence! What? All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now, let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you! Alright then. It's all or nothing, I suppose. my gosh. Cross-examination.
Uh-oh.
What the witnesses saw. I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man.
Yes.
Uh...
What is it, Ryunosuke?
Why are you just, you aren't saying anything? Is there some new interrogation technique I'm not aware of? I, hadn't actually thought of what I wanted to ask. Just ask about anything that catches your attention. Anything that bothers you. Oh, alright then. This beef steak you mentioned. What kind of food is that? Teach some. Beef steak is a delicious cut of veal, vigorously cooked on a cast iron grill and served piping hot. Oh! If the food could receive medals of honor, beef steak would be almost as highly decorated as cutlet. Right, I see. Thank you, sir. Oh, next question. This cutlet you mentioned. What kind of food is that? Cutlet is a delicious cut of veal tossed in breadcrumbs and deep fried in cooking oil.
Oh, sounds good.
Accept your guilty verdict and atone for your crimes, and when you're released from prison, try it! Yes, sir, I will. On the double, sir. Sorry to interrupt, but, how about trying to stick to questions that are relevant to this case? Oops, sorry. I'll do my best. So, next question. Is it just me, or do you keep hearing a sort of wah? Negative. Well, at least we've learned that he's a big meat lover. Affirmative. It's not easy knowing what questions to ask. Prime Presser Trophy.
Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to this military gentleman.
Hold it!
Huh?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
A Koban boy!
Koban? You mean an old Edo coin?
The day prior to the incident,
Look at his face.
Yeah, I know.
a treasure of exceptional value from the Hohe period entered into my possession. I took myself to the restaurant the following day with said item secreted in my bosom pocket. In the hope of an affluent, cognizant, appraised of its indisputable value being present.
So, you were hoping to sell your coin, I guess? To Sergeant Noza, whom you met at the restaurant?
Yes, it's quite clear they're going with this boy. You were about to assert, what, penniless soldier would have no hope of purchasing it, a precious Koban. Isn't that so?
Well...
Sure.
You little upset cadet! You want to add disrespecting a superior officer to your list of crimes, do you? Bland subordination! No, I didn't say that, although penniless might be the word I was looking for.
In any case, the hour was already advanced beyond that of the midday luncheon. There remained precious few present with whom I could engage in discourse about matters of business. Oh, right, me! The gentleman aside me who was grappling with his braised veal at the time was my sole prospect.
I see. At the precise moment a firearm was discharged, I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. Hold it! So you're saying that you actually saw me at that time?
Affirmative, I saw you. Laughing, cackling like a madman as trained the barrel of your gun on the English civilian.
But, that's impossible. I only... Allow me to confirm just one point, please.
What's that, Private?
I'm thinking carefully about the statement you just made. It seems to me that it must have been after you heard the gunshot that you looked over to the victim's table.
And, so what if it was?
Well, if that really is the case, it would mean that you didn't in fact see the precise moment when the killer actually fired the gun.
Yeah. That's true.
And double My sixth sense.
Sorry?
My sixth sense of danger. I picked up the waves of murderous energy radiating from your foul mind. Which means, a split second before you pulled the trigger, I was looking right at you, Cadet.
That's impossible!
Surely that's not really possible, is it?
Do you think that I'd have got to where I am today in the army if I couldn't sense danger in the air, son?
Well... It would seem this soldier is absolutely convinced that he saw you do the deed. This is not good.
Uh-oh.
The black uniform varsity cadet fired on the English civilian from the back and the cowardly little weasel.
I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysterious, absconded precious curio.
Well, they're going through the stuff again.
Well, there's something about the time when he looked over. There was definitely a problem with that. Oh, I don't know.
At the precise moment a firearm was discharged, I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes.
That's not true. That's impossible. How could you know?
So, you're saying that you actually saw me at that time?
Affirmative, I saw you! Laughing, cackling like a madman as you trained the barrel of your gun on the English civilian.
But that's impossible. I only... Yeah, we already went through this, so we need to present evidence, probably. Whoops.
Well, maybe the evidence is that he was on his knees, because he was on the ground picking up the gun.
What's that, Private?
Blah, 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 blah. We already went through this. Da, 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 da. Precise moment that he fired the gun. Blah, 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 blah. Yep. I don't want to go through that. I actually wanted to present something. Sorry. I just want to go over your statements. There's no way to skip this either, I don't think. You just have to keep pressing the button until you get back to where you need to go.
You do.
Bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-bum, bum, bum, bum. This is not good. Okay. Okay, so...
I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while a technical discussion with the old man.
The witnesses...
I was extolling the virtues of a fine golden...
At the precise moment the firearm was discharged, I observed the enemy's actions. A black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian. There! Who's the cadet? Maybe it was somebody else.
Well, the only things we have the post-mortem report, we have the photography or photograph of the victim, and then we have the waiter's business card.
Okay, let me see. Alright.
I'm gonna try... I mean, this shows the dude dead, so let's try this one. Hold it!
Present autopsy, maybe?
What are you playing at, Cadet? What is the meaning of this, subordination thrusting some photograph print in my mustache? Inconsistency, sir!
Oh yeah, it depends on where the shot came from.
I mean, yes, there's a clear inconsistency here. What? Nonsense! What can this print possibly tell us that we don't already know? Well, obviously, that, I know what I wanted to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth. I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom.
Arg! This is so frustrating. Oh, please.
Kazuma?
Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain.
It couldn't?
To spell it out would be an insult to the court.
It would?
Huh? What's up, buddy?
What are you talking about?
It's apparent from a single glance at the photographic print presented by the defense
Yeah?
that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement.
What?
Dun dun dun!
Sergeant Noza,
Yes, sir. What is it?
the statement you just made was this. The black uniform varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
Yes! That's right! The photograph shows it was from the front.
Lucky guess.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir.
But no, that can't be.
Good thing Kazuma's
And why
here.
not, cadet?
Because
Because the photograph shows he was shot from the front.
Because
He was shot from the front.
take a close look at the print. It's hard to go between all these different characters. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest.
Oh, wow.
Ah!
Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind.
So he lied.
And that is an obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it?
Why does he have his baby there?
He's penniless.
Oh.
What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, and he pushed it down again.
That was weird.
Certainly, there is a clear discrepancy with facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa?
Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Quite right. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were firmly fixed on the delicious steak, sir. What?
The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. The witness, Sergeant Noza, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all.
Yeah!
That's absurd.
That's right.
I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom.
Yep. Nani?
Ooh, that just happened.
There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from that one discrepancy.
You know it. Whoa, Kazuma is so cool.
Wow, so this is what being an ace attorney is all about.
Being awesome.
But I definitely saw him.
Nope.
That university cadet there, he was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back.
Hold it! But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man, you don't see the moment the victim was shot either, didn't you? Amber, please.
Eh? What? What was it? What? Oh, myself? I have already been quite clear on this. Right. The gunshot didn't interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor.
Too busy on the floor. Sorry, what were you doing?
Right. I was hunting for treasure.
treasure?
Indeed! The Holy Era Koban! My prize coin, of course! Don't you kids pay attention? On each occasion when I visited that restaurant, it is my habitude to place in my bosom pocket a particular trinket of interest from my shop, Rezute.
In the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from your bosom pocket?
Right? Of course. On the day under scrutiny, it was to the military man that I proffered my Hoei treasure. Believed that he would purchase such a rare find, I did not. But I was presented with little alternative. And then, after reverting my eyes for the briefest of moments, it was there no more. It simply vanished.
The Koban vanished?
Hunting around under the table I was, in case, mayhap, it had fallen there, and then it happened. Boom.
Boom! You heard the gunshot, you mean?
Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded Hoei treasure. Nothing could distract me. Nothing.
Out of interest, bug-eyed old man, did you find the coin in the end?
No.
I see. I'm breaking.
That lamentable day, the precious Koei Koban was lost to me. No doubt, some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself.
Oh, wow. As I'm sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness's testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive, Your Honor. No matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British, it would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now!
That's right!
What is your position, Prosecutor Ouchie?
Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at his back!
Huh? There's a wolf?
My witness has further testimonies to make.
What?
Explain.
Upon hearing their next statements, it will become abundantly clear, Your Honor, that there is only one person who could possibly have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Nani?
He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he, my friend?
Whoa.
Very well. The court invites the witness to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear?
As clear as a Kiriko glass, Your Excellency.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, sir, at once. Awaiting signal to testify again, sir.
Excuse me, but there's something, or rather, someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think.
Affirmative. The newest member of the Noza family to rise up through the ranks, sir. Named, Ido.
It would seem like those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. Hence,
Yeah.
penniless.
Yo.
Ido, teen son. Your father is about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy. Please blow your nose, though that is quite disgusting.
Witness testimony. The true culprit.
Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment of the firearm discharge, it was almost the same thing.
No, that's not true.
yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was. That young lad in black. That much I did myself see.
Yes, furthermore, a visual search for the premises at the time confirmed that there was only, the personnel present. Yes.
Indeed. Alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself.
Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman over and out.
Didn't the old man say before that he didn't see anything, but now he says he did?
Hold it! Wait, that's nonsense, sir. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all.
Please, enough of these outbursts already.
But there was a woman! There was a woman at his table, I swear! You must have seen her! Everyone there must have seen her!
If you call yourself a lawyer, then you'll respect the rules of this court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact.
Is this the photographic print of the scene of the crime, Consul?
Indeed it is, Your Honor. Of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident, as you can plainly be seen, there is only one place set.
Certainly, based on the appearance of this print. It would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else.
This doesn't make any sense.
The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. Photograph print of the crime scene has been entered into the courtroom.
Oh, I should have said that part.
I'm losing it. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's not possible that nobody else saw that woman, right?
I don't know.
Did I imagine her? The waiter before said the same thing, Ryunosuke. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true. I saw her. I swear I saw that woman with him. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time, after all.
What?
The witness testimonies we've just heard leave no further room for doubt.
Yes, there are very sensitive political times, Your Majesty, as we all know.
That's Excellency.
Sorry! The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Algie, will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is such an honor.
How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. Crap! Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It is not over yet.
Nani?
If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination. I don't know, man. The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witness, but make it quick. Understood?
Tisk tisk. Rules can be so unbending at times.
Cross-examination. Again. The true culprit.
Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment till the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing.
Is it now?
Oh, yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man. He was that young lad in black. That much I myself did see.
I thought he said he didn't see that.
Furthermore, visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present.
Indeed! Alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself. Yes.
Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman over and out.
Okay, so if we... That's the last of their statement, so...
No one other than the black uniformed cadet. I mean, there's a lot of problems I have. Like, that guy said he didn't see anything before because he was... How could he know since he was on the ground? He said he couldn't see anything. I mean, there's so many problems going on here. Also, how do they know it was him? There might be another cadet there. Also, maybe we should, like, can we look at the evidence and see what's in the photograph? Because how do we know there's not, like, something else that shows somebody else was there? There's not another place setting, but what if there's, like, what if the chair was pushed out? Or what if there's other evidence that there was somebody else there? I don't know. I'm just saying, like, there's probably a lot of things.
I didn't mean to press him. Oh, well. No! It's not the same thing at all! For a start, I didn't fire that gun!
We have a difference of opinion on that, lad. The opinion of a uniformed officer versus that of a fledgling cadet.
I don't think so.
Consider this, defendant. Just a moment ago, I blinked.
You did you?
Yes. Did you see it? Did you see me blink, son?
How could I?
And yet, it is an undeniable fact that I did in fact blink. So there you have it.
Have what? Teed-san! I don't know.
The sound of the firearm rang in my ears at the very next moment. I saw you waving the gun at the Englishman. I think that says it all, don't you? And let us not forget that the antiques dealer witnessed the accused in the most incriminating position as well. Isn't that so, Kuroko-san? Whoops.
You mean Kuroko-san?
Whatever!
To you, imbecile! Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was. That young lad in black. That much...
It says he saw that, but he didn't see it.
Yeah.
Furthermore,
Maybe you
visual
should
search
press
of the premises... Whoops.
I meant to look at the evidence. You must have noticed something else, Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there.
As you have been at pains to point time and time again, I feel I'm growing callous in my ear. And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman.
If only there'd been more people there at the time, then someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know, of course, the place was almost empty. It's what are you to expect? Certainly, 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of times to eat. What? I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at the time of day, and why he was alone.
Maybe because he didn't have friends.
Yes, Your Excellency, the friendless oaf was indeed there for a reason.
There for what?
Yes, this was found in the victim's jacket pocket.
What is that, Consul?
It is a medical report card, Your Honor. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
Oh, wow.
Hota Clinic, yes. There would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th November, noon past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident.
So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on the case.
I wonder. What do you think, Ryunosuke?
I mean...
Well, it's hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record, as evidence if you think it could be useful.
Well, we're dying here. We might as well...
I know. Should I ask for Dr. Wilson's medical report card to be submitted?
Yes!
Yes!
We need to, because we're gonna die. Anything
Hold it!
we can.
If I may, I'd like to ask for that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Majesticness.
On what grounds? The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence wouldn't be, extraneous, or whatever. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern for the murder.
I guess it's in Japanese. Whether or not they are concerned is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues.
That's right.
I beg your pardon?
Indeed.
You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request.
Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbing trend.
Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report to the court record.
The victim's medical report has been entered into the court record.
R.I.P. Kwings' voice.
A medical report card from Hota Clinic.
You guys having fun, though? What we need right now is new clues, Ryunosuke. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right, I hear you.
You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival already for you, fool! Or perhaps you had forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate the accused, Kuroko-san, whatever.
Maybe we should look at the evidence and stuff, or no?
And look at the evidence. Yeah, he's just going over stuff that he's already said.
Oh, in Spirit of Justice, they did call him Your Majesty sometimes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman dining all by himself.
Oh, therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet, blah, 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 over and out. Whoopsies!
Excellent work, Ryunosuke. But I accidentally hit the button. We've gleaned some... We've gleaned some new information. Wouldn't it be gained new information?
I don't know. I think you can use either word.
Yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancy to light. I wouldn't be so sure, my friend. Let me see that medical report card you got there. Oh, you mean this? Yes. This is a brand new piece of evidence, after all, so perhaps we should examine it in a little bit more detail. How exactly? You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. These are the ones you may examine.
That's what I've been saying. We need to examine stuff.
Nice job, Amber. Press X and you can take a closer look at the piece in question.
Okay.
Use buttons.
Use the R stick.
Yeah.
To move it. To rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles.
My gosh, it's me. By using the buttons and joysticks.
Oh, L stick to scan it. And R stick to move it.
I'll figure it out. I was just going to mess around with the buttons, so. You can move the crosshairs around the hunt for clues that may have been missed before. If the crosshairs start to pulsate, perhaps... press X to investigate further. So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there isn't something new to be learnt by examining it in more detail. Alright, I'll see what I can do. I need to use the joysticks and the X button to inspect any areas of evidence that looks suspicious. Medical report card, required for every visit. Oh, there's a fold there. What do you say I needed to do? Scan it?
Scan it. Scan the fold.
Okay. Well, there's no other entries. I guess logically you would look at the last entry. Let's try that. Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. And there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthetic. Extraction of a molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the incident, he had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain. Ah, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure until the anesthetic effects have passed. Really?
Oh, wow.
Sounds like information worth bearing in mind.
So he shouldn't have been eating. So maybe the other place was the woman's. Maybe she moved it over to him after she killed him.
Very interesting, Amber. The medical report card's information has been updated in the court record. With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you? Oh, please. Definitely! Okay.
Alright, people are telling us to look at the 2 photos.
Even if it was, blast.
And they're saying the steak was unfinished. So, alright, thanks for the tips, guys.
The steak wasn't cooked? Okay.
The steak wasn't finished eaten.
Ah.
No, they didn't finish eating the steak.
Okay.
Even if it was, even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment of the firearm was discharged, it was almost the same thing.
Okay. There you go, Amber.
Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was that young lad in black. That much I myself did see.
Yes, furthermore, a visual search for the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present.
Indeed. Only was the Englishman dining all by himself.
Don't press him on that because he's not supposed to be eating. And present the picture of the food, of the medical record that says he can't eat.
Right. So you actually saw that with your own eyes, did you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone?
That I did. Forgive me for the position that I place you in.
That's impossible.
So the testimonies of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree on that point. Isn't that interesting? And let us not forget the incontestable evidence we have to support their statements as well. As you can clearly be seen here, there is only a single beef steak on the victim's table. A meal for one.
But he couldn't have eaten it. It had to have been the other person.
No!
They're the antiques dealer, the sergeant, and the waiter who testified before. It is not impossible that they are all lying. But if so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely... Well, if I'm being perfectly honest, I have no idea what's going on.
Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman over and out.
No, I don't believe so. I want to go back, hear the old man's statement again.
Indeed. Alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself. Are you gonna press me on that, or,
Yes, I am going to present evidence. It's, which one is it again? L1? Yeah, there we go.
Oh.
Gonna present the medical report card. Try this. Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Ah! And there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Wait, I already did this. Extraction of the molar. Yeah.
He had a tooth taken out. It would seem so before the incident. Bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used laughing gas. It's the most modern practice in the West. Yes, I've heard of anesthesia.
Yeah, but I tried to present this. I don't know why it didn't work. I think I hit the wrong button. It's possible. No food or drink besides the post-procedure until anesthetic effects.
Where's that?
It's not giving me any options. We have to go through
Where
this
do
again.
we push? I think you have to object. I think you have to object to it and then you press present.
Really?
I don't know.
Present.
Present. You push. You go on it.
Yeah.
And press triangle on it. There.
Excuse me. I am, well, I think,
What are you wittering, lad? You call yourself a lawyer?
I wish I could, but first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Ryunosuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, buddy. No problem. I could see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully. You knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. Huh? Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you are thinking. Alright. And thanks for the advice, man. Okay, deep breath. Old man, this is a medical report card belonging to the victim.
Ah, I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy?
Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement... You can't even hit it hard. Something clearly doesn't add up.
Dear me, have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur?
Sorry, what?
You're not to interrupt the court proceedings with your amateurish drivel.
But...
Let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. With your small, feeble mind. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant.
But that's... Oh. Remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point.
Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There is surely no need to prolong this trial further. Actually, I'm hungry.
Dinner does sound delicious.
It would be brunch, Your Honor. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides that pale-faced pupil who...
That is not true. This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Really? Do you really believe that?
What? That outburst had petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant?
Perhaps because Hodo Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic.
A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me?
Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted.
What?
Oh, Amber, that's you, sorry.
Oh. Ah, what? What this now? What?
And
what?
Furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim has been forbidden from eating.
What? What are you trying to say, Cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what?
Well, it's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while the anesthesia wears off.
What? No, what? That can't be.
Old man!
What, boy? You mean correct?
You can't even say your name!
Correct-uda-san?
As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all.
No!
Additionally,
there's more?
Yes, you have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case.
What?
Because the victim, as we now know, had just had what? That makes no sense. Had just one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of anesthetic.
Ah!
Expertly done, partner. For sure.
Dun, dun, dun! Objection.
What is this nonsense, you little upstart?
I'm not an upstart.
These are baseless accusations. Just look at the photographic evidence. You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table.
Use your head, prosecutor. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic?
What? How dare you, sir?
I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Yes, most definitely turned. So, having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat? Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who in fact was eating the pictured beef steak?
It couldn't have been him.
Exactly. The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, Consul. Oh, that means me, doesn't it? All right. The answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of your turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of, my friend. Got it. So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been... me! Probably not.
As yet unknown third party!
You think? Okay.
I think so.
Alright. Obviously, it can only be someone else who was also sitting at the professor's table.
Objection! You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person.
Hold it! There was, because I saw her! When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on this table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else eating it!
What?
Nani?
We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable.
Oh no!
If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial relentlessly. Buddy!
Are you insane? You would take on the government?
Don't worry, Consul. I have no issue with you.
What do you mean?
I have an issue with them! Those two witnesses in the stand!
Yeah! What?
What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it now turns out the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies,
Uh-oh.
obviously you will have been charged with perjury.
Perjury?
And, since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing.
Complicit in murder? Oh, no!
Very nice, Amber. Hold it!
No, negative. There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. I was just following orders.
That's right! As the man says! Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told us. Oh.
What? What did you just say, old man?
No.
You were just following orders?
Now hold on, lad. I was
You say you never saw the gentlewoman. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas?
Nani? What? What is the meaning of all of this? These witnesses gave false statements? Is this true, you pair?
That's right, it was the woman. Definitely OH.
Just one simple slip of the tongue.
Slip of the tongue? You lied.
They told them to lie.
Order! I will have order! Explain what's going on here, Consul. It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth.
What? Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this.
Then who's behind this?
Yeah!
Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut?
That's right! Well,
Oh, that's classified. Ouch! Stop pulling on my face, you upstart. Ouch!
So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you?
No, you wouldn't. This can't be happening.
Ryunosuke, judging from the way they're reacting to this, I would say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Ouchie had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there's only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, any ideas about who might be behind this? If you can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, we can continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it is that tried to keep these witnesses' mouths shut? Of course, we'll need evidence before we can make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it really is did wield their power over them. But how? How can we possibly... Remember how we made progress before? Before? We examined the piece of evidence in more detail and found new clues as a result. Oh yes, that's right, we did do that. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine something and make sure there's nothing we've missed.
Alright.
There's no time to lose, friend.
Alright.
I want answers. If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be very severe. Please, wait, Your Excellency. I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god. I knew nothing.
And what does the defense have to say about all of this? Well, Your Majesty, no time to think. Just gonna have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes in my head. Deep breath, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is...
Not Kazuma.
Probably... no, he's freaking out. He's our boss. He's my friend.
I guess the only person could be the
He's
waiter.
dead, so it must be the waiter. Well, surely that would be... Serato Hasanaga-san. Who's... yeah.
Satoru...
What?
Darn it.
The waiter who took the stand earlier?
Poppycock! What possible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have that level of influence.
For once, I would agree with you. If that is the man, if he truly was a mere waiter.
What?
Nani? If he truly were?
Come on, Ryunosuke. Time to hit this court with the truth.
Whoa.
The truth about the waiter's real identity as proven by this evidence.
Satoru Hosonaga-san.
The only thing we have from the
Waiter's
waiter is
business
waiter's
card.
business card. Examine. I mean, it just looks like a regular business card.
Maybe flip it over.
Whoa! Chief Inspector?
Satoru.
Imperial Police Bureau? What a twist!
Oh, he's not a waiter.
He's an officer. Detective. Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look, do you see what the witness's name here is? Well, yes, business cards do tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point of business cards. Be quiet, Ryunosuke. It's not the name that's unexpected. It's his job title. His job? Oh! Chief Inspector? Primary Criminal Investigation Division? Imperial Police Bureau? Inspector? Nani?
Nani?
I have no idea. But, let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence if they're wielding it somehow here. The waiter's business card information has been updated in the court record.
Oh man, this is getting deep.
I know, right?
This is getting deep.
Okay. Well, let's present the waiter's business card.
Yes, people have katanas in the court.
Yes, it's the Meiji period. People have swords still. The plan of the restaurant, sketched by the man in question, is what you want to present? I agree it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure how we can conclude anything. Sorry, Your Excellency, Majestiness, that's the back of the card. It's the back. The back of the card is of interest. I beg your pardon? Or perhaps I should say the front. Yes, that's it. It's the front of the back of the card. That's where the telling detail is. Would somebody explain to me what this overexcited student is trying to say?
Flip the card over.
The waiter sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of the business card, Your Honor. The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession, his true job. The waiter's profession, but that's surely... Good gracious! That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads, Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, the Imperial Police Bureau.
That's right, OH. Take that.
Nani? The waiter is a police detective? What? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before?
The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power. Absolute power as far as regular citizens are concerned. So, witnesses, they're in the stand. Was in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention what you'd seen? This foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Who said that?
Hold it.
Whoa!
Oh!
Inspector! I can't say his name.
Osanaga, I think.
I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once! Of course. Here you are. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I lead myself to be distracted when I made that sketch. It is unusually careless mistake.
So, you mean to say you really are a detective?
But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Of course! Your salary must be... I was working undercover, you dolt.
Your salary must be terrible.
Undercover? Yes. There have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? I'm sorry. That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide.
But...
Very well then. Inspector...
Osanaga.
Hoshi, you will elaborate on the point of this court. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. That is... If that is indeed true, clearly you would also have been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner. Therefore, I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you require these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? I'm bleeding my own blood. Correct, Your Excellency.
But how can you lie in court?
Unbelievable!
That's completely fine.
I don't know. As I suspected. Whoa, did somebody get shot? What? As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, a gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at this table was a young lady whom I guessed to be an Englishwoman. So, the truth comes out. I admittedly sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the Bureau.
Where's the lady?
It was then that I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say, remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once? It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders. I'm sorry. But, what if this Englishwoman was the killer?
That's right.
I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. The Empire views friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman was been murdered on our soil. To name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect, well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question.
But what if she did it?
So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. But it's not right! This is a lot of work for me. One possibility does spring to mind, though, Ryunosuke. What do you mean, my friend? Yumi University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain, and I'm fairly certain that one of them studying in the medical facilities research laboratory. Sorry, getting a little lightheaded. Woo!
It's okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'm fairly certain that one of them studying in the medical facilities research laboratory
is a young Englishwoman. What?
Nani?
You're a shrewd man, after all. I can see why you've chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You mean? When I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first. Then the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector.
Yeah, name her! Who is she?
The Englishwoman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Miss Jezebel Brett. I don't know.
Brett.
She's indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory at Yumi University. Don't kick that. The medical facility.
What? What is happening here?
I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence in the...
I'm not supposed to kick the chair, but you can go. I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene. I think is the word you're looking for.
It doesn't hurt the microphone to speak like inconsistent babble. It does to kick it, though. It goes pop. And ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies.
What are you doing with your other hand? You keep
I had to change the time of the
stream. Are you done now? Because
yes.
you keep reaching over there.
It must not be to your excellency to decide. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with this situation. So it's up to me now.
Giselle Brett.
Whatever. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, the victim was dining alone. However, as we have now discovered that the premise is false, it would be a discretion of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point. Whatever.
But, Your Excellency, That would mean missing the noon deadline of a ruling in order to send the telegraphic report to the, Great Britain. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions.
Calm yourself, Consul. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. Inspector Hoshi Naga... whatever. You can't say my name. Just call me...
Hosonaga!
Yes, that. You will locate this,
Giselle Brett!
Yes, and escort her to the courtroom with utmost urgency. At once, Your Honor.
But that means you're going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau.
As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. So, it won't be a problem? I'm bleeding my own blood. Nothing will get in my way.
Why is he so sick? That should be something we ask him.
I know, right? Do you need a doctor? Court will adjourn briefly. The prosecution must call the English student to the witness stand at once. Do I make myself clear?
Curie is calling the judge
Yes,
Mighty Beard Man.
Your Excellency.
Oh, the judge has spoken.
Good. Then we will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. Oh, we're gonna have a lot longer recess than that. My hands are tingling. To be continued. That's it.
Thank God!
Woo! Oh my gosh, that was a long episode.
I am not Sasruga.
Save your progress? Yes.
Don't say no. Don't say no.
Don't say no.
No, I'm telling you, you're not looking at the controller. You're not looking at the screen.
Yes.
Okay.
I saved my progress. We're good. Woo! Okay. All right. Good to know.
You're looking over there, and then I'm like, no, you're not gonna save.
I was looking over there. Okay. All right. So let's go back to how the game opens now. Oh my gosh.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
I have a feeling that if we hit back, it's all gonna end, and then more of the story is gonna continue. So we're gonna just do this and then reopen the game. Woo! Alright guys and gals, that is it for today's episode of The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles Part 1, brought to you by our friends over at Capcom.
Yay, thank you so much Capcom for providing a copy of this game. And don't forget that we are doing also a contest to give away another copy of this game. So make sure you comment after this video posts public, after you can't watch it live anymore, after it's public. Write a comment, let us know your favorite Ace Attorney character in the comments. And also let us know what system you want this game for.
Yes.
I know it's on PS5 and also Switch, but I don't know what other systems.
Steam.
It's also on Steam. Do you want this on Steam, Switch, or PS5?
Yep.
So let us know that. Yep. So thanks so much everyone for watching. You guys can meet us here at 4:15 tomorrow for the continuation of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
Yes, as we put the English woman on trial, and I don't have to talk as much. Oh my gosh, that was amazing, but at the same time, I don't even know if the voices I did were all distinct. But if you really enjoyed this episode, smash that like button, tell your friends about this series, because we will be playing this game for quite some time. This is the introductory case, and from what I've been told by Capcom, this is much longer than the original tutorial case. It's gonna span, like, probably another... two, like, almost 2-hour episodes.
Oh wow!
Just to get through the tutorial.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Luke.
and there's 10 cases in total in this collection of 2 games. But later today, guys, we'll be playing Zelda at 7 o'clock. Amber and I need to take a little break, have some dinner, maybe order some Grubhub. Who knows? But thank you so much for watching. Again, if you want to enter our contest, you have to be a subscriber on K-Wings-Let's-Plays. So make sure you subscribe now if you haven't already. And smash that like button, and in the comment section below the video, after it is a video and no longer a live stream, tell us your favorite Capcom or Ace Attorney character in the comment section below, as well as the system of your choice that you would like for this game. But thanks so much, everybody. We hope you enjoyed the first ever live Ace Attorney series. We had our doubts that this would actually happen because there's a lot that goes into doing the voices, as well as, like, you know, trying to figure out how to play the game and all that other stuff. So hopefully you liked it, and you'll come back tomorrow. All right, see you guys on The Legend of Zelda at 7 o'clock. Until then, God bless and happy gaming.